What I'm about to tell you is the fundamental properties of gravity, and it has to do, this was proven by the astronauts when they dropped a feather and a heavy metal object on the moon, and they both fell at the same time. Gravity works, it's a pulling, attractive force, works on all atoms and molecules with the same force. If something is more dense, it doesn't matter. Now, while they teach that concept that gravity attracts a feather and a heavy object all at the same force, we know from all other propulsion, the heavier something is, the harder it is to propel it because the inertia holds it back. So if you have a light object, it's easy to propel it through to traditional Newtonian type propulsion. And a hard object, the inertia holds it back. Hi, I'm Triple J, and I've been interested in UFOs and flying saucers for many years, since the 50s and 60s. What you see now is nothing new. Physicists knew what the answer of how they work in the 1940s and 50s. Here's a simple explanation. Everything we know now has to do with forces that push on things, propulsion. So I said, what's their propulsion? Actually, they don't have propulsion. They have gravitic attraction. So let's say this is a ball, we want to push it a certain speed. There's acceleration and g-forces and so forth. So if you want to make a hard turn, it can't be done. You get smashed against the side. Like, you can't reverse speed. So the UFOs do things that say, oh, they're impossible. It's impossible, but it's not impossible if they're propelled by gravity. Not propelled, but pulled by gravity. So here's the principle. Gravity is the inertia from all the forces from the whole universe on this piece. We're putting it in one plane so you can understand it. Like on the bed. This is the classic, everybody knows this experiment. The Earth's gravity is pulling it down. Now, if this is a craft and we project a strong gravitational force over here, it starts rolling and it accelerates. And anyway, this acceleration works on, it's not a propulsion, it's an attraction of every single atom in there. And every single atom does not feel the acceleration. So it can actually stop and reverse. It depends. So the gravity, people aren't used to that. The gravity negates inertia. So if you could project, the whole problem is how do you do it? But if you could project a big gravitational wave or field ahead of you, you can negate the inertia, and everything in here doesn't feel it. So what would seem are impossible movements are easily done. So if you don't believe this, think of this as a spaceship flying 18,500 miles an hour, and we're going to make a circle in 90 minutes. At that speed, everybody would be plastered against the side, and they can't do it. But now, with satellites, if you put the gravitational force of the Earth, it bends space and time. It bends it, so this is just falling. It's actually moving in a straight line, and space and time are bent. It goes around like that, and the people don't feel anything. All the molecules here are attracted by gravity. It counterbalances the centrifugal force and goes around. So that's a proof of what I'm talking about. That the gravity inertia is a manifestation of gravity.